Among the thousands that traveled across the country to attend the March for Life events in Washington, D.C., was One America's Liz Wheeler, who also spoke to One America's Jenn Pellegrino about pro-life advocacy and the president's speech this morning.
Well, Liz, it's so great to have you here from San Diego.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So obviously we've got the march going on behind us. What brings you to Washington?
The March for Life. This is actually the first year that I've attended the March for Life. We always cover this topic on my show because, as you know, the mainstream media networks completely ignore what could be 100,000 people out here marching to celebrate life, to oppose abortion, to say life begins at conception. And these are people just like we are that deserve inherent rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's an absolutely incredible experience being embedded in the march.
And such a historic moment today with the president speaking. Did you hear him?
Yeah, the first sitting president of the United States to speak at the March for Life. It was a historic moment. And I would just say thank you, Mr. President, for standing up, for using your powerful platform to give voice to the most vulnerable in our country, people who don't have a voice unless we speak for them. It's almost an emotional thing to be part of this march because you just see the passion that people have. They want to stand up and protect our unborn babies, and it's really remarkable.
Well, you have quite an audience excited to see you speak tomorrow. Tell us about where you're speaking.
Yeah, I'll be speaking at the National Pro-Life Summit, which is the continuation of these life celebrations here in Washington, D.C. today. I'll be speaking on some of the most recently deployed talking points from the pro-abortion movement and how, as leaders and history makers in this pro-life generation, as we are, how we need to be prepared to continue to fight this cultural battle, which means being equipped to respond to the latest arguments that are coming from the pro-abortion side. So I'm going to give a presentation on that, and then I'm going to be part of a panel that talks about how young conservatives, especially young pro-life men and women, can succeed in media when so much of media is hostile to the pro-life movement.
Absolutely. So where can our viewers watch your speech, for those of us that aren't?
So this is taking place at the Marriott Marquis in Washington, D.C., and I believe this is live streaming. You can go online to the National Pro-Life Summit website. My panel will be in the late morning Eastern time. My speech will be a little bit later in the afternoon, early mid-afternoon, I believe, depending on the scheduling. But yeah, I hope everybody tunes in, and I hope that the information is useful because we are privileged to be part of this generation that is standing up and saying no more. The science forbids it, morality forbids it, common sense forbids it, and we need to make that change that we want to see. And so to be able to stand up in front of these incredible pro-life activists and say, here are tools you can use to help defeat this and stand up and celebrate life, it's really my honor.
Well, we're so glad to have you here, Liz. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.